Hi, my name is Peyton Ireland and welcome to my ECS 110 Learning Representation video. In this video, I've chosen to talk about racism along with white privilege and the gender binary. I chose these two topics because when we started them, I felt uncomfortable with both of them, and I feel that I learned the most during these sections, and I learned the most about myself and how I react to these things and how I needed to learn from them. But first, I think we need to talk about critical thinking and the critical theory. These guidelines out of the textbook will help us in the future become better teachers and to use our minds more effectively when thinking about things. At the beginning of this class, I didn't even know what a normative narrative was. And now I have learned what they are, and I have learned how to disrupt them. Racism as a subject made me very uncomfortable because I assumed that I wasn't a racist, that since I was kind to everybody, I wasn't a racist. But when people would use the word white or black, I assumed that they were wrong, because using the word white made me feel guilty, and I didn't even know why it made me feel guilty. Well, because I had nothing to do with history, but it made me feel guilty. White privilege was probably one of the hardest areas for me in this class, probably because I had never seen it before. I never looked for it in my life, and it had been there the whole time. I just never looked for it. We listened to a song, and that song made me feel like everything that I'd worked for, it was handed to me because I was white, and it kind of made me feel bad for being white, but there's nothing I can do to change that. All I can do is try to disrupt white privilege and try to break down this system of racism that our country was built on. The gender binary is something we need to disrupt. It is black and white, boy, girl, that's all you are. But in reality, there's so much more in between. There are so many choices to make in your life and so many possibilities, and it's all about who you are on the inside. The TED Talk that we watched during that week, Ending Gender by Scott Turner Schofield, really hit a note with me. I enjoyed that video a lot. I'm not a transgender person, I'm a cis woman, but he was talking about gender with children as a transgender person, and I think it was really educational. I love this video, and he talked about the stereotypes about how some people don't think that transgender people should be allowed to talk to children about this type of stuff, that they'll tell them they need to be transgender, but in reality they can be whatever they want to be. And this video was really awesome because I myself do a lot of babysitting and I love spending time with children, but it was a way to talk about the hard stuff at their level, and he knew how to teach them. The genderbread person was something that I had seen but I had never been introduced to until this class. I love that it shows kids that there's a spectrum. You don't have to be a boy or a girl. It's not black and white. There's an in-between, and you can be whoever you want as long as it makes you happy. I think it provides a great visual for kids so that they can understand it and they don't feel pressured to be one or the other. I found this class really challenging. It talked about hard subjects that normally I wouldn't want to talk about, yet now I feel like I can talk about them more openly and in a safe space, and I want people to feel like that in my classroom. I want them to be able to talk about hard things in a safe space, and this class has provided me with the foundation to do that. Thank you for watching.